Welcome to Team Call. A few announcements. So the team leaders and we are working on getting some prizes for you guys for this month if you guys hit Emerald or you hit Success Club. So we haven't nailed down what the prizes are going to be or how that's going to work, but get to work now and then we'll get some details out. Katie has been looking up some prizes and they look super cute and super fun. So be working towards Success Club and Emerald, and then we will post in the team page exactly what is what. And then if you guys want to participate in a 3-day refresh group, Erin is going to put one together because it goes on sale this month on the 15th. We think is when it starts. It's $10 off for a 3-day refresh kit. So your people will need to order pretty quickly, and then it takes about a week to get their stuff. So I'm assuming Erin would start her group like the 22nd-ish. Again, we'll post more details when we figure that out, but be promoting that. If you're pregnant or breastfeeding, you can't do it, but you can still promote it. You can use other people's pictures, like Erin has a really great picture. Taylor Jones has some pictures. I'm sure that they would let you use them to help promote it if you can't do it yourself. I've done it in the past, so you can use my picture from many years ago. But anyways, you can promote it, and then Erin's really great and generous to lead those groups for us, and you just have to participate, contribute to the group, get your people plugged in, all that stuff. So be aware that that's coming up, and that's something that you can do to increase your volume and get some commission. And they do come in a challenge pack too. If you want to get Success Club points, you can get it with Shakeology and the refresh kit, and I think it's 160 bucks. I don't know if that's going to be on sale or if just the kit itself is going to be on sale, but something to pay attention to. Okay, I have a lot of information to go over tonight, so I'm going to jump right in. I actually made some slides, so let me remember how to share my screen because it's been a while. Yes, this one. And this one. Okay, can everyone see my slide and me? Okay. So tonight we're talking about, I've wanted to do this training since the beginning of the year, but you know how life goes, and I had the baby, so it's now the start of second quarter and I'm just getting to it, but I hope that it's helpful. I will share all these slides in the team page, so don't try to copy all this down or else you'll miss half of the content that I have for you. So if you have like an aha moment, go ahead and take a note, like something that like just like light bulb goes on and you need to hurry and write it down, but don't like try to copy all this stuff because I'll post it for you. So, okay, here we go. When you're talking to someone, the first thing you gotta do is connect. And some of this stuff you guys are gonna know, but I promise I'll get more into it. So you need to connect, you need to establish some sort of relationship with someone over social media. So to start, I think the easiest place to focus on is people who are liking, commenting on your posts, and who are watching your stories. So when you sit down to work, those are the people that you should be paying the most attention to. Go to their pages, their social media pages and their stories, like and comment on their stuff a couple of times, and then you can go ahead and message them with a connecting message, and I have more of those. I have some examples of those in just a minute. If you don't have very many people liking or commenting on your posts, don't worry. Part of your daily power hour then needs to be adding to your network. So you need to be following more people on Instagram. You need to be sending out friend requests if you're working on Facebook. And then also pay attention to what you're posting. Pay attention to what posts do you do that get more likes and comments versus other posts. Maybe look at some other coaches and see what they're posting. Work on your content so that it's more engaging and you get more likes and more comments from there. So I think that you all know this, but maybe you don't. With Facebook and Instagram, the more comments and likes a post gets, the more people that they will show it to. So if you have a post and only 2 people like it, probably only 20 to 30 people got that post put into their feed and saw it. But if you immediately start getting a lot of likes and comments, then Facebook will put it into more people's feeds. So for example, when I had my baby, right, and I was like, he's here, and I posted a cute picture of my chunky little baby, it immediately got like 20 comments, right? And so as I just kept checking it throughout the day, the likes and comments just kept going up and up and up until I had, I think, I don't remember for sure, I had 800 something likes on Facebook, I think, and over 1,000 on Instagram. I'm not sure. But it's just because it's a post that caught a lot of engagement right from the beginning, and so it kept getting put into feeds even throughout the day. I know not everyone has a baby announcement every day. I'm not saying you have to have something like that, but I'm just as an example of how Facebook and Instagram work. So here's some things, some examples of conversations, messages you can send people. So for someone who watched my IG story, this is a typical message that I'll send them. Hey, whoever, I noticed you watched a few of my IG stories. Thanks so much for that. I just wanted to say hi. Are you also in fitness? That's it. Super simple, super conversational. Nothing about Beachbody, nothing about sales. I have that message actually saved in my Instagram, and I can just copy and paste it right in and get a lot of those done really quick. For someone who liked to post, hey lady, thanks so much for liking that post I did about, and it could be about anything. It could be about your anniversary, it can be about a recipe. For this one, I put my journey. I appreciate the support so much. Are you also working on health and fitness goals right now? Super simple. Once again, if it's about anything else, just make it so that you can end the message with a question. And every single message that you send with a question, because then the person is more likely to feel compelled to respond to you. And then maybe you need to connect with someone. You just need to connect with someone and they haven't really liked or commented on anything, but maybe you saw a post of theirs and you want to comment or message them about that. So, hey girl, I just saw your post about your toddler and loved her outfit. Where did you get it? Or hey, I just saw you got family pictures done. Where did you get them taken? Like, be genuine about it. Don't be like asking weird questions so that it's obvious that you're just trying to get an in, you know, but be genuine. And those are things that you can do to engage people, even if you don't have a lot of likes or comments on the post that you are sending. Another tip that I got from Brigida is if you see a post from a friend, a Facebook friend or an Instagram friend, instead of commenting whatever you would have commented about that post, then you can send it in a private message, and then it will get a little bit more attention, and then from there your conversation can flow. So if you would have written, like, say it's a family picture post, like, oh my gosh, your family's so cute, your kids have grown up so much, you could send that in a private message instead of just putting it in the comments of the post. Does that make sense? Okay. Once you've connected with somebody, they need to be on a list somewhere, in a collection, in a folder, on a Google document, and those are the people that you're going to go to invite when it's time for you to start a challenge group. I would start inviting 2 to 4 weeks before your challenge group starts, because people remember they need time to get paid, they need time to have their stuff shipped to them. So 2 to 4 weeks before your challenge group starts, you need to be inviting. These are some do's for inviting. Be friendly, keep it casual, use emojis and exclamation points. Give them an out, which I'll explain in a second. Stay emotionally unattached to the response, and again, always end with a question. Don't overthink it. Don't drag the conversation on and on and on, just waiting to get brave enough to just finally send the invite. Okay, it's kind of awkward. It's like that neighbor that comes over and they're just chatty and they're just like, well, you know, you're trying to get away, but they just keep talking. You're that person if you keep dragging the conversation on and on and on just because you're too afraid to send an invite. Don't word vomit and don't get emotionally attached to the response. Okay? If they tell you no, it has nothing to do with you. I promise. It's nothing to do with you at all. So here's some examples. So this is someone that you've kind of gotten to know over Instagram, whether you've just been commenting on each other's stuff or watching each other's stories. Hey girl, I've loved getting to know you via Instagram, so I totally want to invite you to these awesome Girl Tribe fitness challenges that I run. I have a new one coming up in a few weeks and thought of you since we were chatting about how to eat better. Would you be interested in chatting over some details with me? Okay, super simple. You can pretty much copy and paste that, just put in their name. I always put in their name. I know I don't always have their name in these examples, but always put in their name. And always be sure you put in the right name, especially if you're copying and pasting messages. Don't send the wrong name. Here's one from if someone likes your post. Hey girl, thanks so much for liking my transformation post. Are you interested in learning more about this program for yourself? Here's another one. Hey there, I know we just met on Instagram a few weeks ago, but I love your page and your vibe. I don't know if this would interest you, but I have these awesome fitness challenges that I run for women, and I totally want to invite you to join me. Would you be open to chatting about it with me? So super, super simple, you guys. Don't overthink these. Like I say, they're very general. They're very conversational. And people will be like, sure, I'll take more information. Or they'll be like, actually, I'm working with a trainer, blah, blah, blah. They'll give you whatever reason they have for not being interested. Again, it's totally fine. Don't be emotionally attached. Just be like, oh, that's great. I'm glad you have something that's working for you. If, they're working with a trainer, they're doing Weight Watchers or whatever. Or if there's an aspect that you feel like say, oh, they go to CrossFit, then you can be like, oh, that's great. CrossFit's awesome. What about your nutrition? We could maybe talk about that instead. So there's ways around that as well. Coach invite examples. I know when I first started, it felt completely foreign to me to invite to the coaching opportunity. I almost never did it, which is why I grew my team so slowly, especially in the first 2 years. I really didn't grow my team at all. I only had discount coaches. But again, it's the same thing with the challenge group invites. You just need to send them. You need to not overthink them. You need to not feel like the only reason you're inviting people is because something's in it for you, because that's not the truth. Honestly, if I think about the fitness side versus coaching side, my life has changed so much more because I'm a coach than it would have if I had just been a one-time challenger or even a discount challenger. Coaching has really taken me way farther than a nutrition program would have. So keep that in mind. Why are you a coach? What drew you to the coaching opportunity? Some, people who are in your sphere of influence are looking for the same things that you were looking for. So send coaching invites too. And I need to be better about this myself. So I'm talking to myself as well. Here's a few examples. This is to a challenger in your challenge group. Hey, Molly, you've been killing it in our challenge group. I love the support and love that you give to the other women in our group. I think you would be such a good coach, and I would love to have you on my team. Have you ever considered it? This is for someone that hasn't been a challenger. You just kind of know through social media or personally. Hey, Karen, I love all the great tips you share on your page and that you live a healthy lifestyle and share that too. I don't know if this would interest you, but I'm an online fitness coach and I'm looking for a positive woman like you to join my team. Would you be open to learning more about what I do? So again, very simple. Use the person's name, kind of give them a reason why you think that they would be a good coach, even if it's a super simple one-line reason, and then end with a question. I had someone teach me that if you say what I said down here, would you be open to learning? People like to consider themselves open to new things or whatever. And so that, they were saying that line is more well received because people want to be considered open. And so maybe you guys could try that, see if it works for you. But always end with a question. Okay. And before I go to the next topic, with your invites, don't ever say, if you're interested, let me know, because you are never going to hear from that person again. You have to end your stuff with a question, okay? All right. Now, what do you do if they say, yes, they're actually interested? Yes, they would like more information. I know you get super excited, but this isn't the part to get excited about quite yet. Yes, excited that you have someone that's interested that you can chat with, but just because they're interested in more information does not mean it's going to make a sale. So don't get your hopes too high before you've done all this work that I'm going to teach you from here on out. First of all, start asking questions, you guys. This is not the time to be like, okay, well, I've got this program, you have these containers and these workouts and blah, 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 blah. This is when you start asking questions about the person you're talking to. Questions like, what are you currently doing for your workouts? What kind of workouts do you like or have you liked in the past? How do you feel like your nutrition goes? What's working for you? What doesn't work for you as far as nutrition? What's your biggest struggle with being consistent? All of these kinds of questions so you can get a feel for what they have. A question you might ask them too is, do you have any physical injuries or limitations that you have to work around? Okay, you have to ask at least 5 questions, I would say, before you can move on. Make this part of the conversation completely and totally about them, but at the same time be relatable. So if they say, for example, well, with my nutrition, I really struggle with being too busy to make healthy meals. Then you can say, oh my gosh, girl, I totally get that. I've got 5 kids. We're always running around. So I know what you mean when you say that. So you're relating to them. Or they say something like, oh my gosh, I love healthy food, but I also really love sugar. Like, oh my gosh, I love sugar too. I'm like a dessert fanatic. But I've been able to use these programs to kind of modify the sugar and still have both of best worlds. And then you ask another question. So you're relating to them, but you're still turning the conversation around to be about them and getting to know them and their needs. Okay? So once you feel like you've asked enough questions to kind of feel like you can, you know what their struggles are, what they're looking for, what their goals might be. Oh, another question I ask sometimes is if they have a specific weight loss number in their mind. And they can say, oh, I want to lose 30 pounds or whatever. So that kind of gives you an idea of how much work they have ahead of them and how long it's going to take them. If someone tells me they want to lose 30 to 50 pounds, then I kind of am going to weave into the conversation the discount coach thing, and that it's going to take more than one challenge group for them to hit their goals. You know, if someone only wants to lose 5-10 pounds or they just want to get in shape, then I don't really talk about that as much. So you see how this part of the conversation is probably the most important, so that you know where to take it from there, how you can help them, and also how you can show them that you have the tools to help them. Okay, so from here, make a recommendation. You guys, even though we have Beachbody On Demand and every program comes on, I recommend a specific program to them. Often, if they're a beginner, I still go to 21 Day Fix. It's still my go-to for beginners. So I will show them the 21 Day Fix video. Or, what's another one I do a lot of? When I'm doing like a launch post, like we're working on Ultimate Portion Fix right now, right? So sometimes the people that are coming to me because they saw a post about specific nutrition program. So then I will send them that video. I would send them the Ultimate Portion Fix video. Or like when we were doing Transform 20, all the transformation posts I was showing were from Transform 20. And so I would kind of talk to them about that program because that was the lead that got them talking to me. So if they already have a program in mind, that's the video you're going to show them. But if you're just talking to someone who just in general is interested, then it's your job to get it down to where you can recommend a specific program for them. So then you guys, this part is also important. Don't try to explain the program like, oh, we have 30-minute workouts and day 1's cardio and day 2's leg day, and we have these containers for portion control. Just kind of give a general overview like, hey, I have this program I love for people who kind of need an entry-level exercise and a nutrition plan that goes with it. Can I show you a video about it? And then they'll say yes, and you'll say, okay, it's only a couple minutes long. Here's the link. I'll check back. Okay, send the video. If you don't know where the videos are, I think Erin showed you last week, but they're in your back office. They're under the orange tab that says Grow My Business, and then they're under Shareable Media. Every single video and every graphic Beachbody has made for us is in there, and it has your link. That's the important part too. They're affiliated with your website. So if someone watches that video and then they get poking around, they're going to be on your website, which is a good thing. They're not going to get lost on YouTube or somewhere else and get lost. Okay, so you made a recommendation, you showed them a video, then you follow up. Hey, Susie, did you get a chance to watch the video I sent? Do you have any questions about it? And they'll say yes or no, and then you'll say, does that look like a program that you could do to achieve your goals? And then again, they'll say yes or no. If they say, yeah, it looks great, it looks awesome, it looks like exactly what I need, Then you move on and you kind of explain what comes with the program, especially Shakeology, guys. Don't leave that out because that is a major reason for the price of our programs. I kind of explained Shakeology like, oh yeah, okay, so this program comes with the videos you saw, it comes with the portion control containers that you saw, it also comes with our amazing superfood shake called Shakeology. Have you ever heard of it? They'll say yes, they'll say no. Can I just show you a quick video about it? And so far, I've still been sending the breakthrough Shakeology video, but they do have a new Shakeology video that has been posted on our team page, so I'll probably start that one. Or I actually like the one with Isabel Deichler, where she kind of explains what's special about it. And she talks about how our food doesn't have as much nutrition as it used to because of our farming and stuff like that, which I think is important for people to understand about Shakeology. Okay, so show them about Shakeology and its benefits, and then answer any questions or objections they have about that. And then now you get down to where you show them the value and you start talking about price, okay? So from there you can talk about prices. And I'm usually like throughout this process, I'm saying, hey, does this sound good so far? Do you have any questions? And they'll say yes or no. We'll kind of go back and forth. And then they'll finally get to the part where I'm like, hey, that's everything I have to tell you about it. Do you have any other questions? They'll say no, or they'll usually say, yeah, how much does it cost? At this point, I will tell them how much it costs, but I won't tell them beforehand. So if they ask me earlier in this process how much it costs, I always deflect and I always say, that depends on what program and meal plan would fit you best. And to figure that out, we just kind of need to keep chatting if that's okay with you. So that's what I always say if people ask for the price before we get to this point. So you've gotten to this point, you've talked about a specific program that works for them. They know about Shakeology comes with it. This is where you list out everything you get. So they'll say, okay, how much does it cost? Then you say, okay, this is what you get. You get an entire year of Beachbody On Demand. You get the color-coded containers for the portion control meal plan. You get a whole bag of Shakeology, which is 30 meals. You get me as your coach. You get my group. You get an app that we use to run our groups on. All this stuff, anything else that comes with it, depending on what they're interested in buying, list it out and then say, you get all of this for only $160. And I said right here, exclamation point, you guys, 4 or 5 of them, because you have to show that you believe in the price of our products yourself, or else they will never buy it. Okay, when I've told this story before, but when I first started coaching and I would get to the price part, I would say, you get this for $160 period, and I would send and I would cringe, like just waiting for them to get back to me saying, oh my gosh, that is so expensive, right? Now I say it this way because the longer I'm a coach, the more I understand how much value is in our challenge packs, especially with Beachbody On Demand, you guys. It comes with 1 million programs. You get all the meal plans that come with it. Like, it's just ridiculous. I feel like Beachbody should charge twice what they do. And I honestly believe that. And so it's so easy for me to say, you get this for only $160, and I'm super excited about it because to me that's cheap. But it wasn't in the beginning. In the beginning, that was a really lot of money for me, and I couldn't believe that a fitness program cost that much. And a lot of people that you talk to are in the same place. That's why it's really important to list out everything they get, make sure that they know that you'll have their back, that you actually coach them, and you'll help them through it all that stuff, so they can understand why it costs that much. Another tip, another thing too, sometimes if someone's interested in a specific program, like I talked about those people who come into your post, they come from a post about a specific program like Transform 20 or Ultimate Portion Fix, I'll talk them through all that stuff in the same process. But since they're already interested in that program, I'll usually send out the graphics that we have that list the options, right? So I have an Ultimate Portion Fix graphic. It shows both challenge packs and lists the different things that come in them. And I just let them choose one. I don't ever show them a graphic that shows the program without being in a challenge pack. So if I get an image like that from our upline or whatever, we crop those out. And I only show challenge pack options when I'm talking to people. Sometimes I get people who know a little bit about Beachbody and they're like, well, can I get it without Shakeology? and I'll try to like, well, you can, but I highly recommend that you still get the Shakeology. Just try it for 30 days. I've been doing this for a long time, and all my clients who use it get way better results, which is true, by the way. Anyway, I kind of, and then if they're still like, no, I really hate Shakeology, I hate all shakes, then I'm like, okay, yeah, then let's just do the Beachbody On Demand. But I really try hard to not let them go that route, and I rarely get people who don't at least buy a challenge pack the first time. So make sure that you're aware that that really does affect your sales. Is, the options you give people, and people are cheap. They're going to take the cheapest option if you show them the cheapest option, so just don't show it to them. Besides, it's ridiculous that they're going to pay $100 for Beachbody On Demand when they could get Shakeology for half price, or you guys, same price to get the entire Ultimate Portion Fix program with the cookbook and everything, and a bag of Shakeology for $60 more. Like, it's really a no-brainer. Okay, I only have 10 minutes left. So throughout this process, you're going to have to overcome objections. Like, people will be like, oh, I heard Shakeology is expensive, or maybe they get to the whole price point. I mean, it's usually price, right? Objections that you guys get. Sometimes it's Shakeology, sometimes it's, I don't know, whatever else. But the best method I can say is to use the feel, felt, found method. So that is like, let's say someone says it's way too much money. Oh, I felt the same way when I first heard about these programs. I was like, no way, that's way too much money. Oh, we couldn't afford it. But then, this is my true experience, you guys. But then I had a couple of friends sign up, and I watched them lose weight before my very eyes, and I thought, never mind, take my money, I want to try this. And I found that these programs really do work. I lost 6 pounds in 3 weeks, kept it off, felt amazing, and decided to be a coach. That is my true life story. So whatever helps you overcome, say it's Shakeology. No, I don't think I need Shakeology. Oh, I felt the same way. I was making my own protein drinks, and that was working for me, but I decided just to try it. Within 4 or 5 days, I could tell my skin was softer, my hair was silkier, I had more energy, didn't need my afternoon nap or my afternoon sugar fix. And so I decided it was actually worth the extra money. That, again, is my actual experience. So use that method. Be patient and kind as you're helping people with their objections, and don't be that pushy person. Don't get irritated with them. They will know you're getting irritated with them, even if you're texting. Just leave them better than you found them. Be supportive, encouraging, so that eventually they'll come back around if they just need some time to work through some of this stuff. If you guys need some more help with objections, I have posted before a really great video from Bonnie Engel, or you could even just Google it, YouTube Bonnie Engel overcoming objections. It'll probably pop up, but she gives specific examples for every objection under the sun, and it's really great. So if you need more help, go there for that. Okay, now it's time to close the sale. Okay, so you've been through everything I've talked to you about. This is when you say, okay, are you ready to sign up? My group starts April 8th, so now's the perfect time to get all your stuff shipped before it even starts. I just need your email and what flavor of shakes you want. Then you send a share cart, okay? So you have to be very specific. Tell people that they are signing up, that you have a group with a specific deadline that's going to start soon. And then you need information to get them signed up. I need your email. I need to know what flavor shakes you want. And a lot of people, when I say that, they'll be like, oh, what flavors do you have? So then I'll say, oh, we have, the 4 flavors of Shakeology. Chocolate's my favorite. It's our best seller. You can kind of help them. If you like coffee, a lot of people like cafe. You usually make people that like coffee love cafe latte, that kind of thing. Help them find the flavor that they want, and then set up the share cart and send it. And that is the only time that I send a share cart. I don't share a cart to people. I don't send share carts to people who are just kind of interested, or, and I have like a 95% purchase rate on my share carts. I think almost every time I've sent one, the people have actually come through and bought. So that's because I take them through this whole process before I even send it. So that would be my recommendation for that as well. Okay. Say you have those people, they went through that whole shebang except for the share cart part, and they have an excuse. I'm traveling, it's too much money, I'm doing this other program right now. I just bought a gym membership, whatever. Then you start the follow-up process. So you'll say, okay, whatever it is. Oh yeah, I understand traveling. It's hard to be like this on vacation, but I will be starting another group in a month, so I'll check back with you. Or if it's money, you'll say, oh, I totally understand. Let's save up your money for now because it's totally worth it, and I will check back. I will let you know when my next group starts. So you're kind of letting them know that you're going to come back. They're going to hear from you again. So it's not a surprise in a month when you message them again about your next group. I think that helps too. Because if you're constantly messaging them out of the blue without letting them know that you're going to come back, it can seem a little, I think it's less annoying if you've let them know that you're going to message them ahead of time. And at that point, they can be like, oh, I'm not going to be interested. Or I have a lot of people be like, okay, it'll probably be more like April or May that I'm interested, that I could start or whatever. This is really a time to keep these people on your social media radar. So you're commenting on their posts, you're liking their stuff, you're watching their stories. So they know that you care and you're not just after a sale. Okay. Follow-up tips. Oh, I just told you this one. Let them know you'll be messaging again. I already said that. My example was, I totally get that doesn't fit in the budget, but save up, it's worth it. I'll let you know when my next group starts. Never give up on people, you guys. I know it feels like sometimes it's okay to like let people take a break from your follow-up list. But for example, the people that I signed up this month, this one girl, I went to high school with her. She has messaged me off and on a few times, but never, like always went MIA. She finally signed up. She bought a challenge pack for me in February. She bought another one from me in March and signed up as a discount coach. And seriously, it was like 2 years she's been like, oh, I'm interested. Never mind. I'm never going to answer your messages. Another woman, she did a free group with me like 2.5 years ago. I sent her some Shakeology samples because she won a prize. She said Shakeology was gross. And I thought, oh, great, this woman's never going to be a customer. But she always watched my stories. So once in a while, I'd invite her, talk to her, see how her life was going. She was always in school. She was a single mom. Well, guess what? She just finished school. She just got a full-time nursing job, and she signed up as soon as she got her first paycheck. It's been years, but she came. So never give up on people. It often takes up 7 to 10 exposures before people will actually say yes. So when they say the fortunes in the follow-up, it truly is. Almost every time I invite someone, they say no the first time, third time, fifth time. But I'm saying, 3, 6, 2 years later, I follow up again and they're finally ready. Don't worry about being annoying or overbearing with your follow-ups. If you're keeping them casual and friendly and genuine, then that kind of following up shows that you care. It shows that you didn't forget about them. And sometimes I say that, hey, I haven't forgotten about you. How's life going right now? I have a new group. Is now a better time? So just keep following up until they give you a hard no or they block you, honestly. Like just keep doing it. So here's some tips about when to follow up. Every time you have a new group starting, go back through your list, see if there's someone that you should re-invite. Every time there's a sale on a program that person was interested in. They were interested in a program at one time that didn't work out, they didn't get it purchased, goes back on sale a couple months later, then you message that person again. Or something similar or newish comes out, like people that love 21 Day Fix, right now you should be inviting them to do Ultimate Fortune Fix. I did this today. If you have people that have bought or Shakeology alone in your back office, like you check your back office, you saw someone that ordered bought or Shakeology alone, message them or email them and let them know that they can upgrade to a challenge pack for just the difference in price. That is a great way to get some Success Club points and up your volume and your commission and get people a little bit better deal, because seriously, if they've already spent $100, why not spend another 60 and get an entire program and a bag of Shakeology, right? Or if they bought Shakeology, they only spend $30 more and they get bought for a whole year. If these same people that have been on your follow-up list, they come back, they comment or like a post, then that means they're still following you. They're still interested in you. That means you can go back and message them. And then every 90 days minimum, unless they've given you a hard no, you've noticed they've unfriended you or blocked you, guys, it's happened to me. Don't worry about it. It happens to all of us. It's never people that I'm like friendly with in real life, so I don't need to take it personally. And honestly, I will tell you really quick, I only have a minute left, so I hope it doesn't cut us off. I had a friend block me, a neighbor, you guys, a girl in my neighborhood block me from Facebook, and her husband too. So I was like, what the crap? So I thought she hated me. She moved. Then I saw her like a year later in a Costco. I didn't see her. She saw me, and she totally was like, oh, hey, Britta, how's it going? And stopped talking to me for like 15 minutes. So it wasn't that she didn't like me. She just didn't want to see my content about Beachbody anymore. And that's okay. Other tips, keep it conversational and friendly. Oh, and I want to hit on this. I'm going to get cut off because I don't have time. You got to keep your mental game strong, you guys. You got to do personal development. I've listened to Ashley Mostad the past couple of days, and she says sales are all mental. If you feel like you're only going to hit Success Club 5, guess what? That's the maximum you're going to hit. If you feel like you're going to hit Success Club 20, then it's totally possible, right? It's up to you. Don't talk to the same 20